Well guys, looks like we're finally finished with the end of January, which means that I'm only 3 months away from finally getting my lazy up and taking down my Christmas tree. But aside from that, there was also a new slew of projects that came out to start the year off, with some of them being absolutely amazing, and some of them being the worst things I've heard since Giveon on the BET Awards. And for today's video, I want to wrap up the month by breaking down some of the best projects I've heard, and hope that you guys check them out. So to start off, we gotta do something I haven't done in a long while and talk about a non-hip-hop album. I know, it's ridiculous. But yeah, for the first on the list is the New York DJ and producer MoMA and his latest project, Body 22, that officially dropped right at the second week of January, containing songs dating all the way back to 2013 up until now, being a 17-track collection of breakbeat, jungle, and avant-garde electronic music that's been staying in my rotation for quite a while now. And with him being a part of the DJ duo Ace MoMA and having another alter ego called Gallery S for his more experimental works, it's good to see someone be able to be such a machine when it comes to music and still have the ability to put out such good quality music this consistently. I mean, when going through this album, in a way it kind of feels like an out-of-body experience, especially when you got tracks like I Want You to Be Free that takes the more mellow tone, deep bass, and soft simple vocals to make a banger, while we also got tracks like Rupture Science that instead goes for this more louder and in-your-face energy, with everything seeming so fast-paced, while we get some monotone and choppy vocals that complement the bass drops and makes it feel like I'm at a rave. I mean, I don't know a better way to truly describe this album aside from if you like something that can give you both a lot of energy and good feelings thanks to its synths and hard-hitting 808s, then this is the perfect project for you. Next up on the list is something I actually talked about before, and I probably gave a high 7 out of 10 because I know no other numbers aside from 7 and 3 apparently, but yet the Canadian singer has returned earlier this year to make for my first review of 2023 with her latest project Married in Mount Airy, and although this doesn't have all the crazy rave energy like Body 22, it can still hold its weight with the message that's being told in between these long and drawn out synths and guitars. I mean, when getting into the theme of this album, it's mainly talking about these different facets of one's emotions when dealing with the passing of a loved one, or at least what they'd consider a loved one, with how said person is described along this album, from pleading to God himself to not take them away, to talking about the loneliness after passing, to just outright accepting the fact that they're gone and it was their own fault. This album really does hit hard in trying to portray the truth on a truly bad relationship, and how one couldn't simply get over them, and then take Nicole's wondrous melodic singing and the more somber feeling that this album gives out, and it's like I'm once again given another reason to cry at 3 o'clock in the morning. Alright, so next up on the list is everyone's favorite genre, pop music. But yeah, this one comes from the steadily growing artist Lapsley and her latest project Cautionary Tales of Youth that I would say definitely caught me off guard since I don't usually listen to too much general pop artists, but I guess what really brings me into this album is the electronic elements and the high energy that some of these tracks gives off, such as Hotel Corridors and Dial 27, with those being some of my favorites from this album. But aside from those two, we also got tracks such as Levitate that instead goes for the more melodic pop wave with some echoing yet quite monotone vocals and a catchy chorus from Lapsley to help give this track some emotion, or how Close to Heaven takes the more chill route with a more slowed down and relaxed beat to accompany her deeper singing voice, while the South African singer Msaki comes through with some nice accompanying vocals that truly elevates the song tenfold. But overall, for this to be the first time I've listened to Lapsley, I do want to say that I'm truly impressed by the majority. Although it's not perfect, it's still a banger nonetheless, and I'd highly recommend it to only my most annoying of subscribers. And the final album I'd like to tackle in this video is one I just talked about last Friday, coming straight from an artist that I think shocked everyone both in and out of the hip hop scene. And of course, who else could I be talking about other than Trippie Redd in his latest project? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm talking about Lil Yachty's latest album, Let's Start Here, being a complete 180 from the usual surface level pop trap that we've been hearing for the past couple of years from 90% of mainstream rappers, this time taking a more Tame Impala inspired route, tapping in with tons of alternative music faces to make an absolute banger of an album. I mean, although it's not perfect, cause as per usual I gave it a 7 out of 10, I still think it had some pretty high notes, especially when it comes to the production and features, with big names such as Mac DeMarco, Magdalena Bay, MGMT, and many more to come through and help drop in some amazing guitar work, tons of energy, and really allow Lil Yachty to break out of his shell to become a more fleshed out artist. And alongside some wonderful features from Daniel Caesar, Justine Skye, and Fouché, this project really did stand out to become one of, if not the best project from January. But yeah, this is about the rundown for the best projects I've heard in January. I know that there are still some major faces out there that people are still anticipating, such as Uzi, Rocky, Cardi, and Frank Ocean, if he even gives a shit at this point. But what I can say is that I feel like we've gotten a pretty decent start to 2023 in terms of music. But of course, feel free to let me know your favorite projects from January, and also make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Follow my IG and Twitter, and follow Chocolate on Instagram for more illustrations. And on that note, I'll see you guys on Friday when I screech like an eagle because Philly's back in the Super Bowl. Go Birds.
Yo, $20, dude.
Whoa!